Hello and welcome to Really Big Hat. My name is Jared and today we are going to be playing some more Pokemon Sword ranked battles. So, let's get right into it. As you can see, I am still using the team with the 3 Kanto starters on it because it makes me happy. And it actually did rather well last week. Too well, honestly. I won some games that I should not have won, but I'm going to keep it rolling this week, and we'll see how it continues to play. So, let's get right into it. Are you kidding me? Okay, so he's also running all 3 Kanto starters, but it looks like he's doing a Trick Room setup with Porygon 2, which pretty much directly counters my Torkoal set in the sun for Venusaur to get speed control, and my Kyogre with the Choice Scarf. But what are the odds that you run into another team doing the same goofy thing that you're doing? They've got Groudon and Calyrex Ice Rider. Well, like I said, with their Trick Room shenanigans, I feel like they've got the upper hand in this battle. So I think I'm going to try and lead with some serious firepower. So I'm going to go Charizard, Zacian into Kyogre and Venusaur. I'm going to go Venusaur without Sun because he has Groudon, so he might set the Sun for me. I'll have to play around when to bring Kyogre in. You know, and I kind of don't even want the Sun because that'll make Venusaur the slowest thing on the field for sure. We'll see how this goes, but this ought to be an interesting one. Okay, Groudon Porygon 2 lead. That's okay for me. Because I tell you what I'm going to do. Ooh, getting solar power is pretty good. I am going to G-Max Wildfire into the Porygon 2 slot, and I'm also going to close combat it. I'm going to go as hard into it as I can, and maybe get the kill before it can Trick Room. I'm interested to see if this is even enough damage. If he protects with that Porygon, I'm going to feel like an idiot. Okay, so he's going to go straight into a Dynamax on the Groudon, I believe. Want to be the Porygon too. No, it is the Groudon. Okay. So this will be an interesting fight. For sure. That Groudon is probably going to just come real hard at Zacian. Ooh, almost got it. I could have targeted the Groudon and let the... No, but that wouldn't have stopped Trick Room. The G-Max Wildfire would have finished him off with the residual. But this way, no Trick Room. And yeah, the Groudon is probably going to Max Quake into my Zacian and just KO him. Or Rockfall the Charizard and KO him. One or the other. Yeah. That's what I get for not targeting the Groudon. Oh, and that was a crit. I wonder if I would have survived a non-crit. I don't think I would have. But we've got a Sandstorm now instead of Sun. I could bring out Kyogre and stop that. Let's do it. Since he's probably not going to be setting Sun again, Venusaur is never going to get Chlorophyll. But it's still Timid Max Speed, so it outpaces a lot of things, even with that. You know, just being Timid Max Speed gets you above a lot of thresholds in this tier. And There's his Venusaur. Here to make my Kyogre sad. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Water Spout. And I think I'm going to Behemoth Blade the Venusaur. Yep. I'm just going to hit him as hard as I can. Again. This is what they mean by hyper offense, right? Just clicking attacking moves all the time. Never thinking about the deeper strategy. Just plowing ahead. Alright, that did take out the Groudon. I was hoping it would, but I wasn't actually sure. If it were an Assault Vest Groudon, I'm not sure what the calcs are on that, even in the rain. And Behemoth Blade will just chunk this Venusaur. See, I was thinking about switching one of my Pokemon out to Venusaur. Oh! Oh my. I really didn't expect that to kill. I am Adamant Max Attack Zacian, so I hit as hard as Zacian can hit. And here's Calyrex. Okay. Well, well, well. So here we are. Well, another Water Spout because I am Scarfed, and I almost want to protect this Zacian here just to see. But I'm gonna Behemoth Blade. I'm just gonna go all out again. Oh, he canceled. Okay. I'm pretty sure the Kyogre Water Spout KOs there, and if not, see, I'm not sure. I probably should have protected with the Zacian there to be safe. Don't need to check. But I like his team because he did run all 3 Kanto starters, just like some other mook who will remain nameless. Alright, let's keep going. Okay, here we go. So, we've got a Sun team that we're up against. So, I don't need to bring Torkoal, per se. I'll run Charizard Venusaur in the front with Kyogre Zacian in the back. And we'll see how that runs against a hardcore Sun team. I'll have an option on who to Gigantamax, assuming he even leads with Groudon. He might not. He might think better of it. Try and conserve the Sun. And if that were the case, maybe I should have brought Torkoal, but I'm just going to try and take advantage of him setting the weather for me. If that comes up, I'll try and conserve both Charizard and Venusaur if I can for Groudon if he doesn't show up. Actually, I really should be careful with Venusaur, because it's my only option for Gastrodon, really. I do have... Okay, so he's running Zacian Charizard. This is an interesting one. Oh, the mind games. What do we do? Who do we Dynamax? Where do we attack? I'm going to Dynamax Gigantamax Charizard and go for a Wildfire onto the Zacian. And I'm going to try and Sleep Powder his Charizard. That's what I'm going to try. We'll see how it plays. His Charizard should outspeed my Venusaur if he's timid and max speed, which he should be. So maybe I should have switched the Venusaur out, actually. To my own Zacian. I don't know. Honestly, this turn is going to be very telling. Okay, so he's also going into his Charizard. Or she. I don't really pay attention to the avatars, but yeah, there you go. Okay, good protect from the Zacian. And he's going to rockfall my Charizard, and they win the speed tie. Dang it. Well, I survived. And the Wildfire will not KO through Protect. There's no way. Not in the sand. Yeah. Obviously. But I do get the Sleep Powder off onto his Charizard. So that was a mixed bag. On the one hand, I'm definitely going to get outsped and killed by the Zacian. On the other hand, I've done some decent damage and put his Dynamax to sleep. Or Gigantamax. Question is, do I have any need to save this Charizard for later? Should I switch out? Once again, I'm not running Protect on this Charizard like an idiot, because I could max guard here and try and Sleep Powder the Zacian if I were, you know, not an idiot. I'm just going to try and Rockfall their Charizard, and I'm going to try and Sleep Powder the Zacian slot. I could Sleep Powder the Charizard slot and see if they switch, but no. Yep, that'll kill. There was no way to avoid that, because I don't have max guard, because I'm an idiot. I really should fix this team if I'm going to keep using it. Because the other thing is that I noticed after last time, my Blastoise I forgot to use Dynamax candies on, so it won't have max HP when it Gigantamaxes. It's lucky I never tried. Okay, so what I can do now, that they're both asleep, is bring out Kyogre. And that should be a kill on both of them with Water Spout. So they could probably switch out into their Gastrodon here. So I'm going to try and anticipate that and pick which one they're going to switch out. Let's go Charizard. It was Zacian. Yep. I missed, but I had the right idea. Well, I still have a Giga Drain to throw at this thing. It's probably got a Rindo Berry, so it'll likely survive. But, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, right, I killed. What was I thinking? It didn't matter which slot I hit, because the Charizard was going to die. And then it'll redirect. Right. Again, I think I was thinking too much that time instead of not enough. I just went right over the obvious. And Groudon to set the weather back. Okay. So that actually kind of works out for me. Because what I can do here is switch Kyogre out for my Zacian. And Sleep Powder the Groudon. Because even if Sleep Powder misses and they like Earthquake the Zacian or something and kill it. Okay, Sleep Powder hit. Good. I can switch Kyogre back in and just obliterate them with a Water Spout now in the rain. So I'm feeling pretty good about where I am. How many turns are left on that Wildfire? Probably just one. I haven't really been counting. So it's Leftovers Groudon. Okay. So I'll go ahead and Behemoth Blade Groudon, and I will Earth Power the Zacian. Even a one-turn wake-up on the Groudon here, if it survives this, which it should. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, even that is not going to win it for them, because Kyogre can just come back out and Water Spout. And that didn't even kill either. So yeah, this was mega over. Good game. Good game. I was definitely feeling some pressure early on, and if I had lost the Weather War, this would be very different right now. Okay, let's keep going. Keep this train a-rolling. Oh, there we go. I'm in Ultra Ball tier. Hooray! And there's an opposing trainer. Okay, so Calyrex, Zacian, Thundurus, Indeedee, Gastrodon, Rhyperior. So that Rhyperior is an interesting option. It'd be a good Dynamax. I'm going to go Torkoal Venusaur with Charizard and Zacian in the back, I think. Maybe. I kind of want to bring Kyogre because I have some options to get rid of Gastrodon in Venusaur and Charizard in the sun. I'll bring Kyogre because the rest of his team is pretty weak to Kyogre. Like, their Thundurus could do some decent damage against it, but as long as he's not like a scarfed Calyrex or something weird, I'll outspeed and do a lot of damage. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm concerned about playing around the Gastrodon again, just like I was last time, but I do have options against it. As long as I don't get, like, double KO'd with my opening pair, I should be fine against it. Okay, so it's Thundurus Zacian. So, it's probably going to Dynamax the Thundurus and go for... Can Thundurus Airstream? I always get Thundurus and Tornadus confused with what moves they can learn. I did that last time, too. I think I'm going to Yawn the Zacian and Sleep Powder the Thundurus and just see what they do. Because, I mean, if I get doubled up into the Venusaur slot, that could be bad. Okay, they are going to Dynamax. So if my Sleep Powder goes off, I'll feel real good. But we'll see. Hooray! Could be a Lumberry. Do we have a Lumberry? No. Okay. And then Sacred Sword onto the Torkoal. That's not going to do much. Yeah. And then I put pressure on it with Yawn. Now I'll Heat Wave, and oh man, what to even do here? Do I go for a Vine Lash? It's not very effective on either of them. I could conserve my Dynamax for later and just, like, Earth Power the Zacian slot. Or I could go ahead and just switch Venusaur out to Charizard right now, since I'm not feeling much pressure. Yeah, sure. That might be a mistake. We'll see. Yep, there's their switch. Uh-huh. Okay. So I could have Vine Lashed that slot pretty safely. Oh, man. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and max Overgrowth, maybe. Or I could just Solar Beam it with Torkoal. Well, I could Solar Beam it with either of them. I'll go for a Yawn, because that's probably what they're going to do. And I will Solar Beam with a Charizard. It's probably a Rindo Berry, so it should live this. And there they woke up in Max Lightning, so Charizard's dead. Yeah, that switch was a mistake. I was getting too fancy. I wasn't sure what to do with Venusaur. And instead of just committing to some offense with a Vine Lash, I tried to get fancy and switch. And that should kill the Torkoal. Because I am physically defensive, but not very specially defensive. Yep, I outplayed myself there. Now Venusaur's going to be slow in the rain, and they've got Gastrodon to pressure Kyogre. Yep. Played myself there. Played myself there real hard. But what I can do is I can Vine Lash that slot. They'll probably switch, but I can Water Spout. Well, they might not switch, honestly, with a Kyogre in their face. They might feel pretty confident right now. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely should have Vine Lashed the Zacian slot. Should have done it. Yep. They will Storm Drain that and get a special attack boost. But I'm thinking it should kill the Thundurus. Yeah, good. And even with a Rindo Berry, I think this Vine Lash should kill. Yep. So, there's that. We just traded double knockouts. But depending on what they have in the back, I mean, Kyogre's got a good setup against the rest of their team, if I remember right. So we've got Calyrex. Even if it's Scarfed, I've got Vine Lash down. Venusaur not being the fastest thing on the field anymore is a bummer. But I'll go ahead and Max Quake the Zacian slot and see what a Water Spout does. It should do pretty good damage. But I don't know the calcs against full HP Zacian and Calyrex. I don't. I'm just assuming a lot, because I am timid max special attack Kyogre with just enough speed with my Scarf to outspeed Calyrex. Okay. So it didn't quite finish him off. But they didn't get me for much either. They did get the Kyogre. And then that Max Quake will finish off the Zacian, and then the Vine Lash should finish off the Calyrex. I think I did it, folks. Yeah, there we go. Wow, this is another one that I don't feel like I deserved. That switch I made in the middle to Charizard was a bonehead play, and I really deserve to be punished for it. Ah, well. Well, I don't need to check their team. And I think that will just about do it for today. Not as many battles as usual, but my back kind of hurts and my chair is not supporting me a whole lot, so I kind of want to stand up now. So on that note, I'll see you guys next time. Later.